Okay guys, welcome back to another episode of Fish and Arrow. In today's video, I'm going to be doing fly fishing, but first I wanted to address something. I'm sorry that I have not uploaded in a long time, just because I don't want to make my videos so repetitive, and I'm kind of waiting until we get a boat to start making more videos, because I know a bunch of you guys are not liking all the pond fishing. You guys would rather see me do some lake fishing, because it's more realistic if I was to fish a tournament or something. But I will, if I do not get a boat soon, I will be fishing a tournament in like, I think in a week and a half with Grant. But other than that, let's get into today's video. I think those are my fly rods. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Those are all my fly rods. I really don't fly fish at all. I mean, you can see that bright orange line. That's probably not the best. Like I said, I don't know anything about fly fishing, so I really won't be giving you guys any advice in this video. But what I will be doing is hopefully getting on some bluegill or bass. But I'm going to try my best for bass. But I have a couple different kinds of flies, and look at this mess, too. I don't have all these lures out. I have no idea. That's rattle traps, so by the way, we'll need them. Really need them out. Just whatever. I'm just gonna move them. Move them. Let me just grab my flies. Of course, another mess. That's just kind of my junk drawer. Everything else I have organized. But here's my flies. Let's see if I can use anything here. What should I use out of all of these? What is that? That looks like a saltwater fly. I think that is a saltwater fly. Don't know why that's in here, but these are what I'm going to be using today, something like this. This is just kind of a popper fly. I'm going to be rigging it with the orange line that you saw in a leader that I have already on there, fluorocarbon. I'm not sure if it's fluorocarbon, just whatever came with the rod and reel action. I might even throw a couple dry flies like that on one of my other rods. But basically I'm just going to grab this box and then grab one of those fly rods over there and rig it up, and then we'll go fishing. I'm going to be going to my private lake, my good buddy's private lake. I appreciate for them to let me fish here, let me fish there. Other than that, I'll see you guys at the lake. Okay guys, I'm in the Big Red. As you guys can see, it's running. I'm just kind of letting it warm up a little bit because it's about 50 degrees. Not that I really have to. And I'm about out of gas, so let's hopefully we make it there and back. I'll get back to you guys once we get there. Okay guys, we're back out on the lake. Finally we got here, and it's almost dark, so I got a couple minutes, and I'm not sure if you guys can see, but I got my jacket on and everything. I'm freezing, but I got my fly rod here. I'm gonna start with that yellow fly, popper fly. And other than that, I'm gonna grab my life vest and I'm gonna get in the kayak right there. Again, thank you guys so much. Not you guys, but thank you, Jason and Beth, for letting me use it. I really appreciate it. But other than that, let's get into today's video. I'm going to get the kayak in the water, and then I'm going to fish over there, where that tree is over there. And I'm going to target that side of the lake and just all around, basically all around the bank. And we're going to see if we can link into some bluegill or bass, or whatever bites. Okay guys, I'm starting the video off right here. Got the fly rod in the boat. I got also my flies there, you see. Kayak's in the water. Let's go get some fish. Oh. I need to push myself off. There we go. I'm gonna flip this thing. Let's sit down. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Get my fly rod. There we go. Okay. Gosh, I'm so bad at this. It's going to take a long time for me to catch one fish. Oh my gosh, you guys want to know what I just realized? I know this is my rule. I don't go in a boat without a life vest, you know? I'm turning back right now Because if I don't, something bad will happen, and something bad could happen. And I'm running out of dark time, but it really does not matter. Life vest is most important, to me at least. I could care less whether or not you guys think I don't need to wear one. Just because I know how to swim doesn't mean there'll be somebody to help me if I'm drowning. Like if I hit something or something. So I'm gonna just grab my life vest, put it on, and we'll be all good now. I'll get back to you guys when I'm in the... Guys, I got one. I got one on the fly. Oh my gosh. Is it a bass? Oh my, this is crazy. I want to know if it's a bass. Oh gosh. My gosh, first fish on the fly ever. Oh yes, we did it. What is it? Oh, it's a bass too. That makes it even better. Look at that. Yes. Dink on a fly. All day, I'll take it. Look at that. This whole video was worth this one fish. All I wanted to do was catch one on a fly, and I did it, guys. I'm very happy. I'm gonna let this little guy go. You guys are gonna see right here. There he goes. That wasn't very graceful, but he's gone, and this is the fly I was using. Oh my gosh, thank gosh. Well, I'm gonna try to catch one more before it gets dark. I'm not sure how you guys can see that, but I'm back here. Fly fishing actually did not go well yesterday when I went out. I'm actually getting back with you guys because I told you guys if the fly fishing wasn't good, I'd make this video for you on the top 5 fall baits. And I'm going to talk to you guys about the baits, and hopefully the lighting should be a little bit better considering that I just got this new lamp. Not that it should do that much, but at least I can light up the table just a little bit. But those are the 5 baits that I'm going to be talking to you guys about. The first bait here is a shaggy head with just a curly tail worm. This is actually about green pumpkin right there. And the next bait that I have here is just a blue and black jig. And the third bait is just a sexy shad square bell crankbait. Fourth bait is a War Eagle spinnerbait. And the very last bait is just a jerkbait, Rapala Husky jerkbait. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about each bait and what I think about them. Well, not what I think about them. I'm going to tell you guys why I picked these baits for the top 5 fall baits and how I'd be throwing them, and that's about it. Let's get into today's video. Okay guys, I'm back here. Just let me adjust the lighting so you guys can see just a little bit better. There we go. Let me do this side now. Okay, there we go. So, as you guys see, the top 5 baits in. I'm going to start off with the spinnerbait. First of all, the spinnerbait resembles schooling bait fish. And when it's cold, bass are going to be in groups trying to find schooling bait fish like this. And these blades here represent individual bait fish, and then the skirt that also represents another bait fish, and then that's what attracts them because it looks like a schooling bait fish ball. And that's why I chose this, because in the fall, like I said, the bass are hungry and they want to stock up for the food supply gets scarce. And then the next bait I picked is actually the blue and black jig here. The reason why I picked this jig is because jigs, in my opinion, work 90% year-round. It's not really my opinion. A bunch of other pros and a bunch of other people will tell you that these are jigs, that jigs work 90% year-round. But the reason why I picked this bait is because it resembles a crawfish. Well, this particular color, I'd be throwing in murky water, and if I was in a clear situation, like clear water situation, I'd be throwing this. I'd be probably throwing it in green pumpkin with just a rage tail crawl in the back, and that's how I'd be throwing the jig in the fall. Great bait, highly effective year-round, and that's why it's on the list for the top 5 fall baits. And the next bait I have here, this is another really good bait year-round. The reason why I picked this for the fall baits is because this shaky head and U-tail worm, not this exact U-tail worm, any U-tail worm will work, or other kind of finesse presentation would work on a shaky head. So shaky heads, they're really good for finesse fishing. I mean, when the bite's hard and they won't bite a shark like a crankbait, and that's when you want to slow it down and fish a shaky head. And that's why I put this on the list, because this is another bait that you can catch a bass with year-round. But you'll probably have better luck if the day's slower with a blue and black jig, depending on the water clarity and all that, the weather and everything like that. And then the fourth bait, my bad, I'm sorry, is a crankbait, sexy shad color. Again, guys, matching the hatch. I mean, that looks like a shad. And like I said, with the spinnerbait, they're in bait balls, and some shad are going by themselves, and that's when you'd want to throw the shad crankbait. Not shad, sexy shad crankbait. Like I said, it resembles a shad. And I apologize, guys. I'm actually filming all by myself. I'm holding the camera. That's why I don't have 2 hands touching all the baits. But anyways, let's get to the 5th bait. So the 5th bait, this was kind of tough picking. I had one other bait that I was going to put in here, but I decided to put this in here. This goes in more into the moving bait. Category. The reason why I picked this bait is, like I said, you want to match the hatch during the fall. If it's a slow day, I would not recommend throwing this. I'd recommend leaning towards the jig or the shaky head. But if it's like a pretty nice day and the fish have been moving like after like a good front or something like that, and the fish are moving, I definitely recommend throwing a jerk bait. Again, very versatile. You can either crank it, reel it in straight and not pop it at all, or you can reel it in a little bit, then jerk it, really what it's meant for. And then those jerks imitates a wounded shad or bluegill or whatever you're fishing, or whatever kind of bait fish that the bass are feeding on. That's what this is meant to look like. Especially highly effective in the fall. Like I said, the bass are trying to get stocked up on food before winter, before the food supply kind of gets scarce, and then the bluegill and shad start bedding down. And other than that, that's basically why I picked these 5 fall baits. And then I'm going to go back to these baits for a little bit. You have different colors. I mean, this is happens to be green pumpkin, like I said, and then this is watermelon, blue and black, just with a zoom trailer on there, and that's about it. And I chose white because, remember, shad, just trying to match the hatch there. More of a Colorado blade right there. But other than that, I hope you guys liked today's video. Again, sorry about the fishing. Content in the video was kind of bad, the fly fishing. But I want to talk to you guys about something else real quick. I know we just covered the 5 fall baits. Sorry, I cannot speak today for some reason. But I got one more thing to show you guys. Let me walk on downstairs real quick. Let me turn on the light so I can go down there without falling down the stairs. No, there we go. I'm going to walk down the stairs real quick. And I want to go to my room and I want to show you guys something that I'm actually 3D printing. That my brother 3D printed for me. Let me turn on my light. There we go. Turned on my light here. Let me grab these. I'll show you guys these when I get upstairs. Got what I'm going to show you here. You guys don't really know what it is until I get up here. back to my table. Let me move over these top 5 fall baits real quick, and then I'm going to show you guys what next video is going to be on, hopefully, or sometime in the future. So what you guys see here, this is actually a crankbait that I made myself, that my brother actually printed for me. So let me walk over to my 3D printer. I'm actually printing something right now. We actually downloaded this on Thingiverse. This is actually a mold, so I can make my own soft plastics. Here's what the 3D printer looks like. There's a lot of technology. I'll have to make a video on it. Like my brother can make a video on it, explain to you guys how all this works. I really don't know. He prints all this stuff for me, and I just use whatever he prints. But walk back over here. So I'm trying to make my own crankbaits here. So this is just one side of the crankbait. And then I have another piece over here. Again, guys, work with me. I'm doing this all by myself. Like, I don't have anybody to hold the camera at the moment. But so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put one rattler right where that hole is right there. And then, like you guys can see on a normal crankbait, it has the metal that connects the hooks inside the bait. And then the eyes. That's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to buy my own metal online or at the store, wherever. And I'm going to run it through those grooves right there. And then I'm going to attach these kind of, what do you call these? I really don't know, these rings. Kind of rings that connect the treble hooks. I normally know, but I can't think of it today. And I'm going to see how this thing performs. And overall, the finished bait, it's going to look pretty nice. But I'm just hoping that it swims straight and all that. But I really don't know. But like I said, guys, this is definitely going to be a good challenge video. But the bait's going to look like that, which is pretty nice. I have a bunch of different colors over there. Here's just one more. This one actually I kind of like a little bit better. Came out a little bit. Here, let me just put it together real quick. So difficult one hand, but there we go. That's how it's going to look. Somewhat like that. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially super glue the inside, super glue the metal to the plastic, and then the plastics I'm going to super glue them together. And then I'll have my own crankbaits, and hopefully they swim straight. But like I said, back over to the 3D printer. I have all these different kinds of colors. All these different kinds of colors here. And then I'm actually printing my mold in green. This is actually going to be just a grub mold. So the website that we're going on to find all these different models and different types of things is called Thingiverse. And that's where we find these models. And then we put these models inside of a thumb drive like you see here. And then we come over to the printer. He actually built this printer, so I give him a lot of credit for all this. It's amazing what he can do and build and stuff like this. It amazes me. But then we have a bunch of different settings here, and like I said, I'm not going to really get into detail because it's just too much to talk about in one video. I'll have to make a separate video on it. But other than that, we have some stuff we can do in the future. So I hope you guys like this video. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for supporting me. Have a good night or day.